Hellcat.
Hey yo, what's up? Good afternoon everyone. I'm Ayanah Rose, I'm Cabral, and here representing BSIT 1202, 2102. And now for this video, I'll be giving you a summary about what I've learned from chapter 1 entitled Exploring the Internet. First of all, how do you define exploring the internet? What comes first to your mind when you say internet? Um, Bakit nga ba mahalaga sa buhay natin yung internet? Ano yung nagiging advantage nito sa atin? And we have also disadvantages about this, right? But today, by reading the whole chapter, I've learned what are the fundamentals, the network fundamentals of internet. You ano mo siya, ma-explore mo siya, sasabihin sa iyo kung ano ba talaga ang internet sa totoong buhay. We have our perception about internet, but the real meaning of internet we don't know. We all don't know. Maybe some other people knows about it, but not at all the time. Now I'll start with my summary about about exploring the internet or our lessons. So, exploring internet. What do we know about internet? Is internet only about social medias, Google search, or etc.? We all don't know, right? Now, networks are part of our daily lives. Nowadays, you can't live without internet because everything we have right now has an internet network. What runs the train or in an airport or everywhere, it is still part of an internet. What do we do on cell phone? It is part of an internet. In technology is part of an internet, right? Networking has no boundary when it comes to internet world. We can't make sure if it is safe or not. Because there are people who can hack things in internet. In internet, we are no longer safe. In network, we learn how to communicate, work and play with other people or in other country. It may have a different size based on where you are. Like in small house network, we will only connect in our house or in our family. But when we go to small office or house office, it may also called Soho network. Where you connect with your work even if you're in your house. Medium to large networks. In this network, we're company to company communication, while the worldwide network is where we connect in other country everything we need or every way we need. Peer-to-peer peer-to-peer having two devices that connect to each other. Um, peer-to-peer connect. Let's talk about LANs, WANs, and the internet. There are different types of internet, the LAN, the WAN, and the internet. The LAN means local area network, and WAN is wide area network. First, local area network. Local area network is where you use device and it connect to internet network going to other devices. Small area or in local area lang. Like in our area, Batangas area, or that's. There are also two types of devices, the end devices and the intermediary network devices. End devices is the are those devices that we use in our daily lives, like tablets, computers, and cell phones. That is the example of end devices. While the intermediary devices network is are those devices that we use to connect and to an internet, like wireless router, LAN switch, or etc. That's it. And the other and the last but not the least is network media. Network media is the one we is the materials we use for our intermediary network devices, like copper, wire, and the router itself. Now, let's talk about converged network. Converged network is where a device and a standard network converge to one another. There are reliable network. There are reliable network. There are different kinds of reliable network. The fault tolerance, scalability, the quality of service or cost, and last is the security. First of all, let's talk about fault tolerance. Fault tolerance is we need we need to have time. It means that one power supply goes out and the other one takes over. While the scalability is the easiest, we can add something from network, device, or server. And the other one is the quality of the service. The quality of the service is, that means, do we have bandwidth, or we gonna have the quality of the network? Quality of service, that means, and the last but not the least is the security. It was the most important network because security is one of the way our way to be secured, right? um, hmm. It was the most important, reliable other than the tree. We store, we keep personal information and secure it. The network constantly change over time. Like nowadays, technology became wider and more accessible. Top trends include BYOD or bring your own device, online collaboration, video communications, and cloud computing. Bring your own device, for example, is like bringing your own cell phones and search for them. Online collaboration is like the vloggers. They collab by doing a video or vlog. Video communication is more likely um, teaching a student using the internet. It was famous thing to do in this generation. There are a lot of enrollment or tutorial in the internet. Our phone can access everything we need to control in our home. Not only in our home, our cell phones can access the whole home. It controls like gate, your car, your CCTV. We kahit nasa malayo tayo, we can still see what our family do by using our phone. Power line networking is where we can use the electricity in our house, copper wire, and it used at home. Security threats is where we need to use firewall in order to be safe. Some example of security threats are viruses, worms, and Trojan horses. In order to prevent all the security threats, all we need to have is the security solution. The antiviruses, anti-spyware, and the firewall filtering. And lastly, the CCNA and CNET. It was yun yung way natin yun yung gateway natin para ma-introduce tayo sa networking. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you again. I'm Ayanah and Cabral.